Yeah, I will. Damien, you mind sending the link
Yeah,
and
I
freeing
got
up
you.
some space so this records?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks, bro. All right, we're
What up?
live. What's up, everybody? Live
What
today with
up?
What up,
Upshot.
Ricky?
It's
What
pack drop
up?
day.
It's
Let's
It's
Hump Man. It's
go.
Patrick Day. Some of the packs are already flying, and today, I had so much fun the last time, and it spawned a new idea in my head because our goal here is to do a live stream at every pack drop. And I thought, instead of just doing it with you guys all the time, why don't we invite new people onto every single pack drop and, you know, get their thoughts, get the ideas, rip packs with them live as well. But today I want to introduce a really good friend as well as Angel in Upshot, Dr. Ian, who is calling from network school, right, Dr. Ian?
How's everyone doing? Uh, I was a little bit late. You can see the wet hair.
getting dolled up for the stream. I like it, man. I like
I know, right?
it.
I missed a little bit here, though. Thanks
Yo,
for
what's up,
inviting me.
Max?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Welcome. Yeah, fucking Retri had some choice words for you last stream, bro.
I heard, and I got called out on X. So um, yeah, glad to be here. I think Retri has been like a great friend, and I think, funnily, I am at the place where we first met. How romantic that is!
No way. Where
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
guys meet?
That's
You want to go on? You want to give it a go? Retri instead of me.
um, you can do it. Well, we met as part of base batches where Dr. Ian was a mentor there, and I felt like I don't know, did we hit it off initially on the first day or did it take like a few days to warm up? I don't know, Dr. Ian. Maybe you can answer that one.
No, I think so. I represent Base Malaysia, and we were in charge of running a program called Base Founders House, and I think Retri arrived on the first day. I think the teams arrived on the first day, and what we did was we surprised them with a surprise pitch right before dinner. They were supposed to come in, introduce themselves, what they're doing, and so on and so forth, right? And then we suddenly dropped it on them and said, "Guys, I need you to come up front and pitch immediately." So the whole idea of Base Founders House was to prepare them before they flew to Argentina for the final demo day, right? Um, so I think Retri did quite well. I think in terms of like votes by the judges, I think he was top. And then answering your question, Retri, we actually hit it off right after dinner. So we started speaking. That was the first time, and then I think we spent quite a lot of time and outside the bedroom, guys, outside the bedroom. And
Yo.
Not gonna lie, that sounded a little sus, bro.
so we spent quite a lot of time talking about the business, talking about the project, how to improve it, and then that's kind of like how we met and how we started.
That's sick, man.
Nice, man.
I always think it's cool to find out like stories behind how people meet like their first like some of their first angels and stuff like that, you know?
Well, I don't think we're the first.
I said some of the first, yeah, some of the first.
Upshaw was pretty up there, and he had to make room. So uh, we're appreciative. We're appreciative.
Damn, it's like that. All right, well, it's fight night. So we're here, we're ready to rip packs. Honestly, I'm really excited for May 16th. I think it'll be a fun watch party. I don't know if we've like actually planned a watch party, but if we haven't, we definitely should. Like have everyone just like kicking in watching the fight. So we already we bought some packs before they went away. Like I don't know if everybody saw, but we're already down to 640 remaining. Which is pretty crazy, man. Like I
$10 hat.
I had to FOMO and buy some. 'Cause I was like, yo, I can't just like not have. We need them for the streams. We need them for ourselves. Like, so make sure you get them before they sell out. But you know, we're gonna do the first pack grip of the night. You know, this is kind of like a tradition where we sit there and cross our fingers and hope for an instant win. So let's go.
Wait, who's the fight expert here in this house? Like, who's the better one at MMA and UFC?
I would say,
Definitely not me.
I would say right now, Clouds is probably more up to date in MMA, but I've actually practiced Muay Thai, so it's like weird calling him a fight expert because I actually like have been in the arena kind of thing. But with where the sport's at right now, I would definitely say Clouds, who is not currently with us, is definitely like the most caught up to date with like the scene. And then out of Damien and myself, it's definitely me. No offense, Damien, but yeah, Damien's cooked.
I'm out of touch.
Cage fighting. I used to do cage fighting, by the way back when I was younger.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Wasn't any good at it though. I was terrible at it.
Am I lagging or all right? Here we go.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do these one by one. Cavalcanti stops Vieira by KD or TKO. All right. I don't know. I have to catch up with the female side of the circuit, but looks like a solid first pack grip. Anybody in the comments like betting on any of these people? Like, where are we at with these? Dr. Ian, Jason, are you guys caught up with like the fighting scene lately?
Not a ton, no.
Not at
I
all.
know the big names, but I don't know all the nuanced fighters.
Yeah,
The
that's
only-
kind of where I'm at with the two. Go
The
ahead.
only thing I see is fighting are robots right now. So sorry, just gonna like quietly slip that in. But
Oh,
We
fighting
actually brought
robots.
you here because we want you to talk about robot fighting as well.
Yeah.
We don't know any UFC experts.
Spill the alpha.
The next closest guy is the guy building robot fighters.
Yeah, BattleBots was ahead of its time for sure.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
time to
Alright,
open
looks
another
like
bag.
we need to do more research. Let's open up another one. I don't know much about the headline fight, which is Gina Carano and Ronda, right?
Yep. That fight I do know quite a bit about. It's like the smaller cards that I'm not like as caught up with.
This is Rousey's comeback fight, right? She hasn't fought in a
yeah,
while.
dude, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Late.
So
How many
no one really
years?
knows how she's gonna perform.
But Gina's been out for a while too. Like
I know
Gina
Gina's
was
living that
kinda like
Hollywood
OG.
life. You go
yeah.
to Hollywood, you get soft. That's what happened to Rousey. That's how she kind of exited,
Mhm.
right? She started doing like TV and film, and then
I mean your head's just not in it
Ronda's
anymore.
coming back?
Junior Dos Santos feats Robert. Yeah, dude, like holy crap. There's so many new names. Yeah, Ronda Rousey's back, man. Like she's doing a fight with Gina Carano. So they're kind of doing like the OG fight. You know, it's almost like if Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao kind of thing. Like
Right,
no,
right.
neither one is in their prime anymore, but they're just doing it for, you know, the check or the fans, whichever one you want to believe. But
I'm a bit of a cynic here. I think they're doing it definitely for the check. There's no reason to
Absolutely,
come back,
man.
right? If you're older, you're slower, you take longer to recover as well.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those, but it's like I feel like both of them are kind of due for the payday because when they were in their prime, it's not like the sport paid as well. So,
Oh yeah, actually, they were in their prime when it was just starting to become a thing, right? And then
Yeah.
it so they missed their big paychecks back in the day.
Yep. So it's kind of like one of those checks where I don't necessarily mind it personally. And yeah, Max, I definitely don't know who I want to win over Gina or Ronda because I fucked with both of them. But yeah, Ronda, her arm bars are just nasty, man.
It could also be remaining fight on their contracts. So something I learned because, sorry, I'm just gonna quietly like talk about.
Dude, go for it. We want to hear about
we're
the
gonna
battle
get a
bots.
full hour to talk about battle bots, man. Like we're gonna just rip your mind all about battle bots. We want to learn about the machines. We want to learn about what it is that you fucking do, and what the fuck is a doctor doing in this space building robots.
I wish that was building robots, but I'm not. So something I learned from one of the co-founders of Shadow Combat League would be, because he's a one FC provider, so I think it may just be like a remaining fight on the contract, but at the same time they get a huge payday as well, according to recent times. So I think it's a two-way thing potentially as well. Yeah, because Peter, his name is Peter Davis. He has remaining fights, but it's just that ONE FC doesn't call him up anymore because he's old.
Okay.
Yeah. I just called you old on stream, Peter. Take that. Yeah.
Right, so their contract dictates how many fights they gotta go for the league.
It may be.
They might get called on in the future for it.
Correct. It may be. Obviously, different leagues have got different ways of like kind of like handling it. Like for Peter, most fighters are actually on payroll. And then like for Peter himself, he still has like 1 or 2 fights on his contract. It's just that, like I said, he just doesn't get called up anymore, right? And he doesn't get paid a salary anymore, so he doesn't have to do the promo stuff and whatnot. So
yeah. Interesting. And is it structured like a commission profit share situation as well? How many tickets?
Well, we didn't really dive into that. To be honest, yeah, that's a good question. I'll probably ask him that too. Like, I'm sure there is like prize money on the fights, some percentage or whatnot. Yeah, I'll ask him that.
Yeah, I'm interested to find out more. Right, like how does it like with a lot of these leagues, I'm sometimes more interested in the business side of things. Finding out how it works behind the scenes, who gets paid first. Because what I learned about musicians is the business model is so fucked up. Like the studio, the recording, the agents, the promoters all get paid first before they do, and they don't actually make it anything right until the actual concert ends and all the funds has finally been settled and counted and collected, right?
Yeah, the music industry is really interesting. Like the different setups and formats that happen. I got to see a lot of it, like working in the creative like fashion industry. It's like really adjacent to the music industry, so you get to see like all like the people that did their business right and how they thrive off of their catalog versus like some of the artists that necessarily don't really own any equity in the actual music that they create, so they only benefit from like tours. Then there's people that are like in 360 deals where they're basically just like under some sort of like conservatorship almost. It's really like just interesting how it seems like you'll never see kind of like the same scenario twice is what I've noticed.
Yeah. Hey, that last card might be a winning card.
I was gonna say this one looks pretty good. Yeah, like I think a lot of these fights end up going to decision, right? Because they're kind of just trying to ride it out. It feels like I think, remember the fight between well, who was it? It was like Floyd Mayweather and oh my god, the Irish guy.
Is
I
it
can't
Manny?
believe I'm blanking.
Oh no, Irish guy.
Conor McGregor. Yeah. Like they kind of just let that ride for a minute. So
Yeah, and I
I
think,
think
they're both older as well, right? So a knockout, there's not enough energy for a knockout after how many rounds?
yeah. So I think they'll definitely. I think that's a good card. I'm gonna see if there's some left on the if there any end up on the marketplace throughout the week. Definitely gonna scoop some of those up if they do. Another one.
I do wonder if it's our side that was lagging just now, where it took a while to open the pack, or whether
Yeah,
we're-
my internet here is pretty solid. So I think it was just like the site lagging because maybe like there's a lot of buys coming in. Oh, I'm not sure.
hopefully
Like, a
that's
lot
the
of
case.
traffic. Yeah. To Spain overwhelms the veteran for stoppage. Junior dos Santos by TKO. I don't know. Odds on this probably seem kind of high based on the payout. I think that's what I do like about Upshot. If I'm not sure, I kind of just look at the numbers and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Those odds look good.
Oh man. Hey, Dr. Ian, what are you? Can you let us know what you're doing at Network School and what Shadow Combat League is as well?
Sure. We just concluded the base batches 003 robotics track by Virtuals. So funny thing is that I'm the organizer of the event, meaning that I put the event together for base and for Virtuals, and at the same time my team is actually presenting on stage. So that's what I was doing here. It was interesting to see, like I think because the format of it was that Virtual selected had the first selection of 20 teams out of the teams that was out of the submissions, and then these 20 listed teams, they get an opportunity to actually fly down to Malaysia, where Virtual's office is, to work at the robotics lab. So they have been building here for like 4 weeks before the demo day that just took place yesterday. So out of 20, they shortlisted again for the final selections, 10 teams. There were various like projects that were pretty interesting. Basically applications of robotics in various industries, right? So one of I'll probably tell you more based on the top 3 placements, right? So at first place we had OpenGotchi. Are you guys familiar with something called Tamagotchi?
Yep.
Like that digital pet thing? Yeah. So think about that, and it is integrated with OpenClaw.
Okay.
Right. So you can program it in a way that you can like tell it to buy tokens, like just by clicking a button, right? Stuff like that, programmable. And how does that relate to robotics? Is that they are looking to roll out like a direct relation between the Gotchi with a robot. So you can instruct the robot. The robot can even walk and track where the Gotchi is. Like where, like I can't find my Gotchi, right? And you need a robot to go find it for you. Not dissing, not dissing.
A
Pretty
physical
cool.
robot or a software?
A physical robot. A physical robot. Yeah.
So a Tamagotchi, but a physical Tamagotchi.
Yeah, a physical Tamagotchi about yay big, right? It really looks like a Tamagotchi, right? But it's like integrated with AI, your agents, and then you can kind of like build out functions out, customize functions rather than just feed it, clean it, put it to sleep and stuff. So that's pretty interesting. I think that basically they're building a middleware. They even built their own OS. So that's pretty impressive. So they're a team from India. Good, like strong team. I'm just gonna skip Shadow Combat League first and talk about Vader. So Vader, they've been on virtuals for quite a while now. OGs in the space. They pivoted into robotics, and what they're specializing in are high risk jobs. So think about nuclear reactor meltdowns and the number of people that get exposed to radioactive waves, right? To radiation. Um, and having, what if we had robots do the last mile actions instead of having humans like having to stay in the reactor? So, um, like all things that are critical in life, right? We can depend. We have a lot of dependencies on electronics and on systems, right? But the last mile will always be human, right? Because that's the only fail safe that doesn't fail, right?
Yep.
So what if, so their pitch is that what if we are able to have robots do that as instead? So um, I think that's pretty like awesome in terms of like application. So think, yeah, I gave the example of like a nuclear reactor. What if it's an oil rig, right? And so on and so forth. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty interesting as well. Then um, then we have Combat League that came in second. Um, Essentially, what we're doing is well, fighting robots fighting. It's teleoperated, right? Um, Meaning to say, if you guys have watched the movie Real Steel, right?
Yep. Yeah, I've seen them around. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, so we are recreating that in real life, essentially.
Sick.
So yeah, we have two. They were incubated by Virtuals, so they loaned us the robots to use, and we basically brought in our fighters. They teleoperated with VR headset, and then yeah, that's essentially what we do. Um, it's more along the lines of applications within the entertainment industry. So yeah,
That's you're part of Shadow Combat League.
yes, I am.
Oh, dope. Yeah, they're I think you guys are collaborating with Big Will. He
Yes, yes, we are.
yeah, we so the launch pad that he's doing like his creator index with,
Pantheon.
I work with them very closely. I'm the first person that's launching out of that launch pad.
No way.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
a
yeah.
Small world, small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, I've known the Pantheon team for like a couple years now. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a great chat with the founder. Like I think about close to 3 weeks ago now.
yeah.
I'm thinking of working on some stuff as well.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, he's Paul and Anthony and I we actually just recorded a podcast like last week. We're gonna be posting it later this week. So yeah, so that'll be cool. Yeah, it's small world, man. I love to see it. All right. I left this pack open because I realized Nate Diaz, bro, he's a little old, man. I'm not sure if I'm too bullish on it. Like Nate Diaz has been around since I was in high school, man. I don't know. But
That's why the price. That's why the potential winning is.
yeah. I think Mike Perry's definitely got this one.
Yeah. Are you going to dump that card then?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna dump that during the Sunday stream. Yeah. It's kind of like what we like to do is we like to see if we get doubles, and then we sometimes keep like almost like a long shot card just in case, you know. Diaz versus Perry rule. Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's not going to happen
Personally.
as well.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like Nate Diaz, bro. Like, I don't know. Dude definitely got a lot of heart, but he's way past his prime.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why these packs are popular is a lot of our players might have already done their research
Yep.
or have plans to watch it and have outcomes that they have in mind. So the next logical step is to just get the cards, submit, build those lineups, right?
Yep.
But
Yeah,
you know, I've
it's
got no itch in fighting, man. Like I've got no itch here in figuring out how a lot of all these are going to play out. So personally, I'm going to stick with binary decision cards.
yeah, that makes sense. I think the thing I would say is when it comes to fighting, I feel this way about F1 too. I don't obviously the people that are experts and very seasoned will always have more of an edge. But I think in a sport where it's like 1v1, like we were having this conversation last stream, right? It's kind of like it's a lot easier to catch up on the matchup of one fighter versus another, or one F1 racer versus another, than like full team compositions where you have to account for so many variables. So I think like even if somebody didn't know too much about fighting and wanted to kind of get into this and do some research, especially with the tech that we have today, it wouldn't be that hard to start building an edge if you wanted to like continuously start like expanding into a specific subject matter.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to sell them to you, Rex? Like which ones? You want me to sell you the Nate Diaz cards? I gladly would, man. I don't know. I'm not that bullish on Nate Diaz at this point in his career. And I mean, I don't know if you.
What's the edge?
It seems like he might be. I gotta see because he's like selling to me, and those are the only cards I mentioned selling. So, I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you've seen our show, bro. But like, when I'm not bullish on someone, it's pretty accurate. Cough, cough, Ferrari.
You called that one, right? You called it. You said, what did you say in the last stream? Kardashian curse definitely not gonna happen.
Kardashian curse, bro. He didn't even crack top 5. Like,
wait, is it rumor or is it confirmed that he is actually?
He's with.
They got engaged.
He's with her,
yeah, I think they're engaged now. So he's cooked.
Oh, that was pretty fast.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I thought it was rumors, and now they're engaged.
Yeah, they're engaged. Funny enough, one of my best friends is the main camera guy for their show, so he travels all over to film the Kardashians, and I don't envy his life at all. Actually,
which show?
Why not?
The Kardashians reality show.
Well, I was trying to jibe a little bit. Sorry. No one got
it. I didn't get it. It must have been really, really funny.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he's done now. I think once you go Kardashian, that's it. You've peaked.
Once you go Hollywood as an athlete, dude, it's really hard to balance that. Like,
I know you'll end up at the Met Gala like our boy Travis Kelce.
Oh man. That was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't know. I get it, but
the attention hedge fund trader, right? They pick a trend really early, ride it all the way to the top, and then dump it right at the Pico top of the trend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sell the news, right?
Yes, sir. Ngannou versus Lins goes to judge's decision at the Netflix MMA event. I don't know.
Ngannou hits pretty hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty.
He's a monster.
But I feel like this is one of those cards. I don't know, like the shot amount is like 962. Oh, man, see. This is a card that I would like get sweaty for.
Yeah, you got sometimes you got to hold those just like as a lottery ticket.
I would get sweaty for this and just like do a lot of research and like probably be like go to my agents, fire up my Hermes and be like, yo, like simulate 100 fights between these guys. Like what happened?
Simulate 100 fights between these guys, and then what? Out of the 100, maybe a one time this happens.
Yeah, like see what the odds would be, right? Like based on like their last 5 fights, like put all their stats together, simulate like 100 fights between them, see what happens, kind of thing. Like, I think that's what I'm gonna do for this card. So if you guys want to know what I'm gonna do, figure out how to run AI agents and simulate fights. That's what I'm doing.
Add some graphics to it, like the videos to us, man.
What happened?
Add some graphics to those fight simulations as well for 100 fights and shoot over the videos, man. I would love to watch that.
Bro, I'll tie it to like the Higgs Field API. I actually think I might be able to do that.
You could do like those 1,000 gorillas versus 1,000,000 men simulator.
Yeah. Like I simulated the Nagano versus Lin fight 100 times, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
All right. Show
All right,
me
one more.
the
Get an
money.
instant win.
Show me the money.
See a legendary. I
Okay.
think.
Legendary.
Yes. Bellato. Holy shit. Bro, what is this other guy's name? That is a very, very, very risky second name. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Bukauskas. Bellato versus Bukauskas. This is a rare. By defeats Bukauskas by judges' decision. In their UFC light heavyweight bout.
You almost made it.
Oh man, I tried. I don't know either one of these guys. I feel like a fucking boomer. Vieira wins by decision. I don't know. This doesn't. I gotta see what the other cards in this potential winnings.
There's one that's what,
Cavalcanti.
200. There's a
Yeah, what the
200
fuck?
bucks. No one's got that yet.
Damn.
Oh, that's for no contest. They
Yeah.
draw.
There's only it's a one. That's a
Let
one.
me see all cards. Where are all the cards
Whoever
here?
got some of these no contest cards, right? They would have been making it, previously when F1 races got canceled because of the whole Iran war.
Yep.
So just saying, might be worth holding on to some of them.
Okay. Yeah. So this one seems like the highest odds that Vieira would win by decision. Okay. Never a bad play to keep the high odd card.
Yeah. So did it freeze for me or froze for everyone?
I think it's just you. It looks good on my side.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good on my side.
I said the other day, right? I think robot fighting is going to 1000x from here.
I agree.
There's a whole bunch of people. There's a whole bunch. I see Dr. Ian making a fucking face, but there's a whole bunch of people.
Instant
that
cash prize. Let's go.
Like oh, hey, winner.
Yeah. All right. I broke even on one of the 10 packs I bought. Let's go.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I've been ripping packs and I just hit 3 instant wins in a row on 3 packs.
Yeah, well, isn't that nice, Jason?
Sorry.
Congratulations.
Sorry, I'm taking all your instant wins over here.
Jason is just better at this, man. It's just better at this. We should share his screen.
Skill issue. Skill issue.
Skill issue.
But yeah, you're bro. Like, continue with the robot fighting.
Yeah. I mean, as humans, we just enjoy watching things smash right together. And we always enjoy, someone coming on top of the other. It's very primitive. And putting guys in a cage or women in a cage is satiating that violent need and violent desire, right? There's a reason why we like violent movies and video games involving shooting people. But there's a whole argument to be made where there's a percentage of the population that will not accept this because it's violent at the end of the day. You're still putting meat together fighting. But, if you put machine and machine together, then that nullifies the argument, doesn't it? Where you can just say it's two machines battling it out. It's similar to cars or something like that, where you're just battling out which one has the better engine or the better suspension or the better reaction time. Right.
I definitely resonate with that. Have any of you guys heard of? They're not exactly robot fighting, but have you guys heard of AI Arena? They're kind of like they focus
What's that?
and
What's
are
that?
AI
Yeah.
Arena.
We use them, Retri, for some of our cards. It's how we establish which models are
NRN.
performing other.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. The aggregator site where we get to see which. Yeah. We do that.
Yeah,
we
way
just like
way over there. They before they launched NRN agents, the first like iteration of their product was called AI Arena, which is essentially like a platform fighting game where the agents are trained off of your training data. So I was actually one of the first like people to do like compete in their tournaments. With my esports company at the time, we were known as Paladins DAO. Shout out Mike, Mars, Jave, like the guys. You know, we had a lot of great times. Unfortunately, Web3 gaming and esports, it was too early, so we kind of like went in a different direction on it. But participated in their first tournament. We came in second overall as a community, and I got to do like their KOL tourney, which I won. And the agents were all trained on my gaming data, right? So even though it ended up becoming something where I wasn't the one playing when we were live, it was watching the agent play with my play style, and it was awkwardly nerve-wracking because I didn't have the control over it. But like I can see the agent doing all the shit that I had trained it to do, and I'm like screaming at the. It was like a new version of like horse racing or something with like way more stakes, right? It was like I'm screaming at the agent on stream because I was on stream with Guppy, Way, Jesus Martinez, who I was fighting against for that event, and myself, and we're all just like going back and forth, like trash talking, screaming, losing our minds, and I'm just like, no, like don't, like go left, like, and I feel like that kind of environment where if somebody were to replicate that for, like, I don't know what you guys are doing with Shadow Combat League, Ian, but like, Dr. Ian, but something I kind of saw in that I thought was cool is the fact that it was trained on my data and I was the one that was technically competing did make it feel like a real event. There was a certain level of excitement that I felt as a competitor in that particular moment that I did not expect to feel, because when Mike, my co-founder at Paladins, first pitched me AI Arena, I was like, that's kind of lame, but like, let's try it. And then I ended up liking it more than he did. So it was a lot of fun.
Question, Izzy. If it was trained on your data, did it have the same blind spots and make the same mistakes that you do?
Yes. And that's the part that pissed me off the most, because I kept having this issue when I was training that I kept going too far on the edge of the platforms. So it caused the agent to constantly almost fall off, like constantly. And I'm like watching my agent fighting, literally just like constantly falling, like almost falling off the side of the platform repeatedly. It kept making some of like the new mistakes that I had made while I was training it, while I was still trying to figure out how it worked. So it definitely picks up all your strengths and all your weaknesses. So it was very nerve-wracking for that reason.
Interesting. What's Shadow Combat League like right now, Ian? It's two. So it's real steel, right? So I saw a few clips. They're holding. What do you call them? Controllers? Do you call them? They're holding something and they're punching.
Okay, so answering your question, sorry to cut you off. But the controllers are VR headsets right now. So there are 5 points of tracking: the headset, the controllers in your hand, and ankle trackers. So essentially, the robot will like directly mimic the motions of the human controller, right? So if you punch, you punch; you kick, you kick. But I think that is very reliant on the degree of freedom that the robot has. So that's kind of like the first phase of what we're rolling out right now. in future, what we're working on currently is to be able to kind of like integrate better motion capture suits. Think of like motion capture suits that are being used at like animation studios, right? Um,
Oh, nice.
because it kind of like tracks more joints, more movement. So the mimicry is going to be a lot better, and not leaving it to AI for approximation. So that's kind of like that next phase that we want to kind of like roll out. But the eventuality is doing whatever Mizi just spoke about, right? Automated fighting. So think of a world where you are able to, we're able to kind of like create a digital twin. So say, um, Mizi, so give me do you play fighting games?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Pick one. Pick one. Yeah.
Tekken.
Tekken. Okay, give me a character in Tekken.
Jin Kazama.
Okay. So imagine being able to create a digital twin of that character, but it's a robot fighting.
Nice. Okay, that's cool.
All right. And
with all the movesets, following the same specifications that Jin does as well in real life.
correct. So then we take it. So that's fighting in specific, right? So then we move on and okay, Retri, give me a sport, like a physical sport.
Let's say sprinting.
Sprinting, okay. But sprinting's boring. Come on, give me something more.
Basketball. Let's do basketball.
Okay,
Yo, back to back instant cash. Let's fucking go.
Back instant cash, man. Well, we're
Awesome.
talking about robots.
Yeah, we should talk about
Keep talking
robots.
about robots. You're gonna make me the one here.
Yeah. Back to it. So you mentioned basketball, right? So imagine if we're able to create a digital twin of Michael Jordan, and imagine that athletes can train against this digital twin on a daily basis, right? That's going to be impactful, right?
Wow.
So essentially what Shadow Combat League is aiming to achieve is not just purely on the combat side. So the league itself, the fight itself, that's going to come, right? You mentioned that you're from esports too.
Yep.
Mizi.
Yes, sir.
We have similar backgrounds. More to talk about.
Nice. Hell yeah.
What sport did you guys come up with? I got dropped because I was desperately trying to say I want to see robots play tennis because I think that'd be really, really cool.
It's actually, if you Google it,
I've seen something, I think.
Yeah, it's already like available. But they're not at the level where it's a mimicry of a real person, right?
Right. It's still a little clunky.
Yeah, it doesn't play like Nadal if you were trying to replicate it, right? It's still we're still very early in the tech. So we're talking about basketball, by the way.
Okay,
So,
that would be. I mean, robotic basketball is going to be unreal when it happens. It'll eventually happen for sure. It's going to be unreal.
Yeah. So using your example, so imagine that we are able to create a digital twin of Nadal, and a tennis athlete is able to kind of like train against Nadal on a daily basis. That would be pretty sick because that elevates the human side of things, the athletic side of things, right? So we're setting out. So in the grand scheme of things, what we're trying to build is a data layer for sports, whereby we're able to ingest as much data and create as much data as possible for robots to be able to kind of like become that set. So yeah, that's tough, but I believe that we're able to kind of like do it.
Man, that's exciting.
So many questions. There's so many questions that I wanted to ask for this
Oh,
as
that's
well.
cool. I mean, dude, go for it. I'm ripping. I bought 10 more, so let's go.
Hey,
And he got another cash
points, man.
Yeah.
Points. Users love it. The next few backdrops, we're going to try and tweak instant win numbers as well. I think we've stuck with $5 for too long. But $5 is a very sweet spot that people love, man. The
Yeah.
reason is you get one.
Yeah,
card,
because like
you
your
can buy
instant
$5.
mentality is like I got a pack back.
Yeah, I've got the whole pack back. The contest and building lineups and doing the other game loops is free cream from there. But you know how crazy is this? Okay, you improve athletic performance by training against Michael Jordan, for example. But at the same time, if these things scale, you could fill up a whole court full of these machines trained, and the managers themselves are just, it's like playing Football Manager. I'm not sure if you've ever played that video game. It's like playing Football Manager, but these are real physical things that make more realistic mistakes on court.
It is definitely possible. I would say that having dabbled in robotics for a while now, that we're still a little far off, like proper automation, to be honest, right? But like I said, we're early in the space, so we're just waiting for that GPT moment, right? Where everything kind of clicks. And whatever you just said about coordination between robots is exactly what we're seeing here today, where AI agents are already starting to coordinate together, right? So I think we're close, right? Even though we're early, technology is just gonna allow us to kind of like speed that up. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna turn up like very, very quickly.
Wow. Holy shit,
Another
how many
one.
Are you striking?
That's 5 now. Yo, so I don't know if this is just me or if this is a thing, but I noticed that when I've been opening them one by one, I haven't gotten instant wins, and then when I went review all, like that's when I went on the run. So
It's all in your head, Mizzy. I'm sorry to tell you, because I believe Retri can speak to this, but I think the packs, the cards that are in the packs are in the packs once you buy them. They get minted. Is that correct, Retri?
They're determined. So how do I say it? Think of it as the packs. As soon as someone hits buy, right, they're already minted, but the cards themselves are held in escrow. So that way, users don't really know exactly what cards are in which pack. Because
Yeah,
I know
that makes
people will
sense.
do web scraping and all sorts of things to try and find an edge here.
So much PTSD from NFTs. Yeah.
But yeah, but different people have different superstition requirements, right?
Yeah, like exactly, dude. I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I will always be on some like heart of the cards bullshit. So you're just gonna have to let me live, Jason.
I know guys that back in the day, kids used to like squish the pack as well, like Pokemon packs. They used to like squish it and push it and say, "Oh, this one's a bit more rigid than the other. Surely it's got more rare cards inside."
What?
It didn't make sense.
The nerd in me would lose my mind. I'm like, bro, you're gonna
Weighing the packs to see if the heavier cards are in there.
Yeah. I mean, the shopkeeper let us do it. So you could like squish the packs to a certain extent, of course.
That's a lot of trust.
And how many years out do you think we are from that GPT moment again, Ian? For robots?
I think maybe like 2-3 years. I just came back from Shenzhen, right? And that's kind of like that tech city of China, and their implementation of things are like way advanced compared to like anyone else in the world, to be honest. They literally have restaurants that like fully operate on machines, like even the cooks, right?
Wait, humanoids or just
No. Yeah, so well,
machines?
specialized machines. So it's going to be like one of those like videos that you probably would have seen, like just an arm, kind of like cooking, stir frying the vegetables or something like that. It's not those just spinny ones, but that's actually like an arm there that's cooking. They already have like we call them bipedal humanoids, those with 2 legs, right? So They already have like bipedal humanoids like doing housekeeping. They actually send the robots to the house. So they are already breaking a lot of frontier, right? And like full blown automation, I believe, is just around the corner. To be honest, so
Wow.
2-3 years is a short time, to be honest, for it to be like implemented. It's just
So you're
depends.
saying a restaurant fully automated. What's the experience like? So I know in Japan it's reasonably automated, where you put money into like a vending machine, you go in and you give that ticket, and then the food just comes in front of you. But what's this full automation here? Is this end to end from payments to ordering to?
Yep, end to end. I did not step into that restaurant, obviously, but from what I can observe from outside, is that it was end to end. They still had a couple of people manning it, but it's pretty much end to end. You know, because like even today, you're already ordering from a QR code, right? So you order from a QR code, they receive the order, the food gets cooked, and it gets sent out. Payments is like immediately from the app or the web app or the website, and then it's pretty much end to end. They probably have like 1 or 2 people like manning it, right? Just to make sure that things don't like fuck up, essentially. But yeah, they already have that. I think even like in Alibaba's like HQ, they even already have like let's say cafeteria, you're working in the office at like this the 15th floor, right? You can order food and everything just gets sent to you. So they already have all these things like going on. It's just that it's not really like publicized a lot, right? So um so back to your question, I think that GPT moment will not be far, right?
That is insane, man. Like that is insane. I think Ian, you're also Mizzy's good luck charm, because every time you start talking,
Yeah,
he
seriously,
opens
man.
like instant wins.
I'm getting a little worried. He's pulling all of it, and I just bought 5 packs, and like
Oh no.
hey, what's left for me?
Wait,
I think
actually,
I got
that
like
would be
7 or
interesting.
I think I got like 7 or 8 now. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I
Went
think
on a
there's
good run
still
there.
quite a number of them. Yeah, that's like 70 left, I think. If I look at the numbers on screen, 70 instant win left. So that's what, another couple $100.
Nice.
We'll see if I'll open any of it.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure how certain I am in this outcome, but well,
$64 if it does.
you know,
It's more likely the other way around, right?
yeah,
Francis
exactly.
Knockout Philippe.
Yep.
I'm sure you can
All
find
right.
someone to buy it on the marketplace from you, man. Like people at the moment are hoarding cards, and anything on the marketplace gets swept up pretty fast.
Notice that for sure. All right, I'm gonna buy the last 5 for the stream, and then we're gonna do one big like multi-pack opening.
All right.
Let's do it. Multi-pack mode. Everybody ready? Rex, give me
Everyone
which.
ready.
What do you want to be given, Rex? That's the question.
Rex wants everything, man.
This is Web3. Give me anything for free and I'll take it.
I think Rex is a pretty good player as well. I haven't dug into his account, but I think he's a pretty good player. All right, reveal all cards.
Yo, you're gonna have to coach me, Rex.
Oh yeah, more wins.
More wins. What did we get? We got. I'm not gonna try to say that name again. Diaz drowns Perry with a late submission. We had some Nate Diaz fans in the chat, right? So, maybe I'll sell these guys to you on secondary later this week. All right. Well, Maker wins. Diaz wins. KO TKO. Wins. Oh, so I got another one of these. Okay. I don't know.
Okay,
Now I feel like the game gets interesting because I can dump one and then hedge with the other, right? So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I've decided what my strategy is going into this weekend. I'm gonna probably dump all my cards and stick to a few fights that I know the fighters. Because the whole thing for me is I do want to have cards and then watch the show and then go watch the match. Just makes things more fun.
It definitely does. Like, yeah, Damien and I were joking about it because every F1 since we started on Upshot, I watch it. And I'm like, go. And like, I would have never watched F1 in my life until we started Upshot. So, Carano. All right, cool. So now we got like a Carano card and a Rousey card. I'm just gonna hold both because I basically guaranteed money either way, unless it's in like a fucking draw.
No way. Who do you have your money on, Carano or Rousey?
I would have my money on Rousey personally. Like, Carano went Hollywood where Rousey at least did wrestling. Like, I feel like she stayed closer to the sport of fighting a little bit more professionally.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
Sorry,
you're muted, bro.
Yeah. I'm not like the biggest fan of Rousey, to be honest. So
wait,
I wouldn't mind seeing her lose, but then Carano kind of like also annoys me a little bit, so I don't really know. They could just beat each other up, and I'm cool with that. So that'll be awesome. But I think most likely, I think Rousey has like a lot to prove here, and I think maybe she put the work in to come out on top. So we'll see. But I feel like she has more to prove than Carano does.
Yeah, I could definitely say that. Like, if Carano loses, there isn't like, all right, cool. But if Rousey loses, it starts like a whole hate train.
Yeah, I think there's already so much smack talk about her that like she really has something to prove. Where like Carano's like, she's a Disney person, so she's set, she's good to go. But I think
didn't she get dropped from Mandalorian though?
Is that what happened? She got dropped from Mandalorian for being too Republican? Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Man,
she was too opinionated.
That's what it was. All right. I'm not totally up on. I remember there was like a whole thing around the Mandalorian.
Yeah, she like pissed a bunch of people off.
Oh, so maybe she needs the money. Who knows?
I mean, any kind of money for running around in ring for 20 minutes and potentially getting your face bashed in is well deserved money.
Right.
Oh, I can actually add to this. That's actually a fun fact. There's actually a bonus if they slug it out.
If they slug it out, like in what way?
Like it's not about running around the ring. It's like if you slug it out in the ring, then it's actually a bonus. Well, I don't know how I don't know how UFC works, right? I can only chime in based on like ONE FC. So apparently that there's like some kind of like bonus when you slug it out like in the middle of the ring.
Okay, because I know the way that boxing works is they get the purse regardless most of the time. Otherwise Floyd Mayweather wouldn't have had such a boring career.
A good career.
Yeah, he's the greatest of all time, and he's never really been hit.
Yeah, it's just like a really boring. Like Floyd Mayweather is known, like as the greatest of all time. A lot of people, record wise, he is, but he's like such a boring fighter to watch because he just runs the whole time. Like his defense is incredible, but it's not exciting to watch.
It was more exciting to watch Tyson fight for 18 seconds and knock someone out than the entire
Floyd Mayweather career.
Floyd,
entire Floyd career, dude. There's not a single Floyd fight I would be like, yeah, I need to replay that. Like,
Even
so I know in
even
boxing,
TikTok
yeah.
culture, right? There's more Tyson clips and shorts than Floyd shorts.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Just
It's
look
just
how entertaining these historical bouts are.
yeah. Yeah, you're never
But you
gonna
know
see like a Floyd highlight reel. It's just gonna be him running in circles.
that's the thing. I don't think robots will ever replicate that though. Like the human spirit, the sportsmanship, the trash talking. I don't think robots will ever imitate that in the world of robot fighting. But the more interesting part is because it's so technical, right? You can create a documentary out of it behind the scenes. I think that's more interesting to follow the behind the scenes Netflix style camera behind the whole crew. And I think that's the sport more so than, us cheering on and making celebrities out of robots.
100%. I was going to say the same. I think robot fighting is going to mirror F1 in a lot of ways, where it's going to really be about the team. The really cool thing about the whole robot fighting angle is that it's going to be so tied into like this massive growing consumer market of robots. So I would imagine that we're just going to see so much innovation that's going to take place through the fighting league that will then shortly after end up making its way into robots and other tech that we're using at home. So it's going to be it seems like it'll be a really cool pipeline for physical tech.
Yeah, so like
Very
on
cool
our
pipeline.
side, one of the main pitches that we have is that there's no better data to collect other than like combat fighting, simply because of how the robots will have to move, mimicking the human, the balance. There's so many scenarios that you cannot fathom, right? So standing on one leg, at the most like impossible, like kind of like posture. So all those data culminated would be able to be kind of like be channeled into the AI model in order for the robot to be able to kind of like be very very versatile and dynamic in apprehending all these like different situations, right? Let's take warfare for example. This is something that I like to use in examples. Right now you see robots working on like flat ground, right? Of course you have seen robots doing like parkour. These are all recorded, right? They're not like reacting, right? It's literally like someone operating it to kind of like get past those obstacles. But if we're talking about true automation, right? Then in warfare, the ground is never going to be flat, right? They will kind of like overcome like various obstacles. They need to climb over stuff and whatnot. So in order to reach kind of like that stage, you need what we need is massive amount of data to be able to be kind of like in that model for the robots to kind of like, hey, I need to react and do this right now, right? That's why sports makes a lot of sense, right? Like hand gripping, how hard it has to grip, right? How it has to kind of like adjust its movements according to tennis, and that hand grip actually replicates to things like holding a saucepan, right? So I do believe that sports data will become the major contributor to macro movements, right? And that's what we're going out to kind of like achieve from our side at the very least. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. That's the big apparently that's one of the biggest hurdles right now, right? Is hands, because like we live in this world that was created by humans, and our hands, we are just such intricate machines that we don't really realize how clunky it is to try to operate in a human world without a human hand.
That is correct, right? From the medical perspective, like we all we're also spoiled, right? We don't realize like how important like each fingers that we have. To be honest, until we lose it, right? Imagine spraining your finger, like playing basketball, right? And you feel so incapacitated, right? And yeah, the hand is the reason why we didn't want to go into hands first is simply because it's just too complicated, right? We're still figuring out ourselves as well. So we decided that, hey, what's the lowest hanging fruit on robotics that we can actually like move fast? Something that I learned from Retri as well, right? Like build fast, ship fast, and just fix fast, right? So that was the lowest hanging fruit in our opinion. But yeah, I have a question for everyone. So which amongst our fingers and thumb, right, is the least important?
I would guess. It's probably the middle or index. I know with either pinky or thumb, you lose 60% of your grip strength or something. I forget which one it is, but I would imagine it's your middle.
Pick one. So it's the
Middle.
middle.
Let's go with middle.
Dude said
I think
all
the
the
forefinger.
all the hands.
Forefinger. Can you ever think of a time you actually used the forefinger? Like pinky, I used to get into tight spots.
That's the
You know,
index for indexing things.
Yeah. This one you use to point. This one's the universal symbol, and this one you need that bilateral. What do you call that? Opposable thumbs, right, to do a lot of things. But the forefinger is actually quite useless, right?
So Retri, you're going for the forefinger, Mizzy?
All right. So, as someone that's broken his fingers a few times, the least detrimental one to break was actually my index most of the time because I could use my middle finger.
Okay. So the Retri is right. The ring finger is actually the most unused finger amongst all. The one of the most important ones actually it's the thumb, the index finger, and the little finger that's the most important. We can make do without the middle finger and the ring finger. So
I don't know. I could not do without my middle finger, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Oh.
Could not drive for 20 minutes without my middle finger, man.
The need to flip, right? The need. But yeah, functionally, yeah, it's actually the thumb, the index, and also the little finger. That's the most important. Jason was right. The little finger is for majority of our grip. So try immobilizing your little finger, like just tie it to. Oh no, you can't tie it. If you tie it, you actually get more. Try immobilizing your little finger for a day. You feel totally hopeless. You can't grip anything. There's no strength to anything, right?
Wow.
Then the thumb, rightfully so as well. The opposing action that you can create that helps you create that wraparound feel, right? So
yeah, the thumb is definitely the most important for sure. I would feel.
Interesting. Well, guys, I have 4 minutes left before I need to jump. You guys can chill for as long as you like. Ian, this call, like I told you, is extremely casual. It's friends ripping packs, online friends, real life friends, etc. But one of the curiosities that I've never ever asked you before is, why the fuck did you give up a illustrious career in actual medicine, where I'm sure you could be earning a lot more, and studying investing in startups, doing esports, now robotics as well?
Okay. So I worked in the field of regenerative medicine. At the tail end of that career, I actually was working with adipose stem cells. So basically, stem cells derived from fat cells, right? And one thing that hit me really, really hard was that I felt that healthcare was not being provided to the right people at the right amount. So I saw the dark side of medicine. I saw a terminal state cancer patient given hope. Saying that you potentially it's a 0.01% chance, but you should take it, kind of thing, right? So I kind of saw that side of medicine, and I thought that is that something I really want to do? I'm not trying to be all altruistic and all, right? I'm in business here right now in Web3 and at the esports. I'm in robotics now. It's for the money, right? But not when it's at the stake of someone else's life, right? So my goal is to go into entrepreneurship to make my bag and go back into medicine. So like in a calendar year, I still do charity clinics like twice a year. I just get some donations from friends, right? And then I buy like loads of a box of medication, and I go help the underserved. So that's the ultimate goal. Is it really that lucrative, the medical field? I would debate on that, right? But because in view of time, um, yeah. So that's kind of like where I'm at, and that's my goals. Yeah.
Bullish, man.
Thanks, man.
Actually, that's a really cool story. I resonate with it from I used to work in finance, and I kind of resonate with it in a different way. So respect, man. I love that.
Thank you,
But
sir.
yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Dr. Ian, thank you for coming, man. Jason, appreciate having you on this week. Retri, this was a lot of fun, bro. Thanks for coming on as well. And Dr. Ian, you're welcome back whenever. It was a pleasure to have you. And we definitely need to catch up on like esports and stuff.
For sure. For sure.
We'd love to chop it up sometime.
Maybe there's going to be an esports coming up, right? Then I can jump on as well.
Yeah,
Hey.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, have a great one, everyone, and good night. Make sure you cop the packs before they run out, because I'm going to be getting some more offline. So, GG's.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, everyone. See you all next Backdrop.
Later.